During the colder months, as the roach begin to shoal up and the water becomes clearer, one method that is responsible for large catches is bread punch on the hook and feeding punch crumb. Some people call this liquidised bread. So I thought I would just show you how to prepare the punch crumb. Choose the cheapest loaf that you can find. The nearer its sell by date, the better. If the bread still feels doughy, I will lay it out on a table for 12 to 24 hours to dry it out. Almost go a bit stale. When the bread's a good consistency, cut it up into squares. You can rip the bread if you want, but I find cutting it into squares makes it more even going into the blender. You get more pieces going in, and also it doesn't put as much pressure on the motor on the initial start up. You can see this how it's breaking up now. It's not doughy anymore. And they're about the size of the pieces I'll put into the blender. Put the pieces in the blender, not too many at once, because all you'll end up with is a lot bigger pieces at the end of each blending process and not the actual fine crumb that we're after. Blend it for approximately 1 minute, and at the end of the blend, when it's about ready, when you know it's fine, the pitch of the motor will actually change. If you find that the motor is getting hot, you'll feel it gets hot here, leave it to cool down for a while, because otherwise you've got a good chance of burning the motor out. Coarse riddle it. This is a 3mm maggot riddle, and it's to get rid of the really big bits that will clog up the fine sieve riddle that I'm going to use next. These big pieces, I don't throw them away. They'll go into another bowl and they'll go back through a second blending process. Next, all the pieces that have gone through the 3mm riddle, I'm going to put through this fine sieve riddle now, which is about 1 millimetre. And this is to remove any particles that will still feed small fish off too quickly during the cold winter days. Again, all the pieces that are left in this sieve goes back through for another blending process. This leaves you with really fine crumb with low feed content. Really fine now. There are 2 ways that I feed it. In deeper water, 6 foot plus, where you want to keep the fish near the bottom, I'll add some gravel to it before I wet it to add some weight to it. I'll wet it just enough that I can squeeze it and it stays in a ball that binds together and gets to the bottom before it breaks up. In shallow swims, I'd add a lot more water to it, make it sloppier, so it almost breaks up on impact and creates an immediate cloud. The final stage is to bag it up. So in this case, I scoop some up, fill however much you want in the bag. Squeeze as much air out the bag as you can. Spin it round. Tie them up. It's all ready to take on the bank with your fish in. If you're not going to use it within a couple of days, you can freeze it down. I like to defrost naturally. Take it on the bank. Any you've got left over at the end of any session, you can bring back, put back in the freezer, and you can almost do this indefinitely with no detrimental effect to the punch crumb. Hope this has been some use to you, and hope you use it and catch lots of fish throughout the winter period. Thanks for watching.